All right, gather around the pickleball pit, folks, because we've got a spicy one to dissect today. I'm talking the kind of story that'll have you glued to your seat like Derek Zoolander trying to follow the scoring in pickleball for the first time. We're diving deep into the saga of Ben John's real-life rags to rickleball fairy tale that's shattering all kinds of norms and preconceptions about what it means to be a professional athlete in this wacky modern world of ours. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, Billy, pickleball? Really? Isn't that just a silly game for retirees looking to spice up their weekly bingo nights? Well, friends, let me retort by saying you couldn't be more severely flag-plantingly, Sandlot-style wrong on that take. Pickleball isn't just some quaint little novelty act anymore. No, this crazy racket sport has blown up into a legitimate national obsession with more momentum than one of Ben's patented penguin dink thirds of death. We're talking millions upon millions of new players flocking to courts across this fine nation in recent years alone. And where there's that kind of widespread fanaticism, you'd better believe there's cold hard cash being thrown around like my Uncle Bucky at a blackjack table after his fourth Miller Lite. Big money has been watching this pickleball craze closely, and they came in slinging serious Benjamin bundles to get a piece of the action. Which brings us to our main act, the one and only Ben Johns. Now, Ben here was just a struggling tennis pro a few years back, putting in the grind, trying to chase section-level prize money while downing excessive amounts of casino buffet nachos. But then he discovered pickleball, and as they say, the rest was history. This cat took to the weird little wiffle-ish ball like a duck to a breadcrumb pond. My man was just drilling pickleball artillery from everywhere, unleashing some kind of manic spin wizard shaman powers, the likes of which we mere mortals can only dream. It wasn't long before Ben started rolling through tournaments, hoovering up every shiny plastic novelty trophy in sight like the tiny green balls were starring in a Dyson commercial. That's when the big wigs running this whole pickleball rodeo cinched up their brow bands and decided this John's kid was a true comer worth sinking some capital into. Fast forward just a couple of years, and Ben Johns is officially swimming in a Scrooge McDuck-esque vault of pickleball cash money. We're talking an annual salary levitating well north of the $2.5 million mark. They were putting lots of professional athletes in those sports you actually watch on ESPN on serious notice. Now, at this point, you might be asking yourself, that's all well and good, but where in the name of the great dill ball is all this cash flowing from? And I'm glad you asked, because the influx of investments in the professional pickleball space is a huge part of this monetary metamorphosis tale. We're talking major private equity groups like Navarro Capital dropping bucket loads of capital to acquire pickleball companies and media rights. Then there's the establishment of legitimate pro leagues like the PPA out there, throwing down huge tournament purses that are ballooning with each passing season of growth. Brands like Jula and PaddleTech are seeing pickleball as a license to print money too. They're signing top dogs like Ben Johns to fat endorsement deals, stamping his mug on balls, paddles, shoes, you name it. Grinding dude who's in it for the pure love of smashing solo game winners. When you hear the guy break it down in interviews, he's constantly talking about his gritty, no days off practice mentality. Tales of staying up into the wee hours rewatching film and tinkering with new spin chain combos that'll leave opponents more discombobulated than Jordan Peele following the latest Night Shyamalan script. There's an almost Kobe-esque maniacal work ethic behind the silly pickleball player facade. You get the sense Ben is just downright obsessed with cracking the master code of this quirky little geometry game played with a perforated chunk of plastic. The dude has officially vaulted into that ultra-elite athletic stratosphere where he can flex with his own signature line of gear. What's wild, though, is that through the launch of business ventures like equipment startups, and coaching academies, Johns is so much more than just an athlete now. Dude is a full-blown pickleball industry mogul, sculpting and shaping the future of his beloved sport as it skyrockets to greater mainstream relevance. And that's the crux here. Pickleball isn't some kitschy little fad doomed for the same sad, forgotten fate as pet rocks and pogo balls. Nah, this is a legitimate worldwide movement forming right before our very eyes, bolstered by smart investments, rapidly spreading participant bases, and figureheads like Ben Johns putting the whole damn thing on their backs. We're witnessing the conception of a brand new professional sports universe, folks, except this galaxy is being built from the ground up on the backs of weirdos and weekend warriors who just can't get enough of that stupid little holy ball. So I don't know about why all, but I'm strapping in for the ride, because if pickleball's biggest star can go from penniless grinder to literally becoming the multi-millionaire face of this sports revolution, who's to say the ceiling isn't still an infinite speck in the distance? The pickleball boom is only just getting started. Forget basketball, football, golf, or even professional cornholing. There's a new sports monarchy rising. And you best recognize that Dillball runs the world now. Long live Ben Johns, long live the mighty pickleball. It's your boy Billy signing off on another short pod episode. Look forward to the next one.